All right, so I hear a lot. Where do you get your business experience? How do you gain your knowledge? Like I've heard that even just talking to different people about, oh, hey, have you heard this guy's podcast, or have you listened to this? This guy had this great seminar, and they asked this guy's background, which I think is okay. This is kind of a twofold thing. Okay, so the idea of asking what someone's background is, absolutely awesome. It's such a great question to ask that honestly far too many people don't ask. To know where someone comes from and know about their background and their history, that gives you insight into, are they just blowing smoke, right? Are they just blowing smoke? Are they just charismatic? Are they just someone who's cool on a stage or behind a mic? You know, because there are people who are going to feed you information that is from someone else. It's not even really their information, but what they're going to do is they're going to take information. They're charismatic enough. They got that vibe. They got that voice, so they sound good behind a microphone. I had a buddy who was he had this great voice. He really did, and I remember he worked at the street music back in Austin with me, and we always talked about how he sounded over the intercom whenever, because it was just like, dude, like, and it sounds like an insult, but you've got a voice for radio. And he had just this perfect voice that you just, so some people just sound great, they look great, they got this charismatic style, they get on a stage and you just love to watch them talk. People are like that, right? So asking the question of where they get their background from, who are they? How do they know these things? That's a great question to ask. It is. Because you should validate your information. You should verify that the people that you're tuning into or that you're going to go see actually know something. And they're not just cherry picking other people's ideas. Now, with that being said, a lot of these ideas, business plans, business models, business concepts, a lot of them have been around for a long, long time. And it's only people's personal tweaks to these ideas that make it a little different than what it already was, which that's fine too. Because what they've done is they've taken something that already existed and made it their own, right? Okay, so the core idea that I wanted to get to in the beginning when I started this, before I got a little bit sidetracked with the whole, it's good for you to question, great for you to question, absolutely keep questioning. But to answer the question is, some of these people, the best insight and information comes from their experience. Now, some people have information that they've learned in a book. Some people went and got degrees, and not at all knocking degrees at all. Elon Musk once said, whether you like him or not, Elon Musk once said, I never went to Harvard, but I've got people who work for me who did. The thing is these people who have gone and gotten degrees, great. I am absolutely for formal education. I am. I'm very pro education. You should all keep learning. But whether you've gotten a degree or you've sat and spent countless hours reading lots of books and doing lots of studying and researching and just understanding certain fundamentals and stuff, at the end of the day, what's going to make the biggest difference is implementing those tactics. Implementing them firsthand. You implementing those business tactics firsthand, that's what's really, really going to give you insight, because it's going to help you understand how it is that these things apply, how it is they work, and what it is that you need to tweak about those ideas to make them yours, to make them work for your personal business, for your very unique business. If your business is not unique in the first place, it's not going to do anything. It's not going to excel. It's not going to succeed, because there truly isn't a new business idea out there. Everything's been invented. There's very few things that we have left to invent. We've had brilliant people throughout the years who have invented pretty certain that they've invented everything. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty certain they've invented nearly everything. And so what it is new tweaks on old things. You got a new company, or you're offering a new product. You're offering a new way to do what's already been done. You're offering a better, faster, more efficient, more productive. You're offering something that's got your personal flair to it. People are going to appeal to you, to your flair, to your style. There's a reason that there's, all these different products, but yet you buy that one. There's a reason. There's a reason that there's how many different shoes out there, and you buy those. Now, obviously, some are more narrow, some are more wide, but see, those are tweaks that have happened over time. Somebody probably had a more narrow foot, so they made a more narrow shoe. Somebody had a more wide set foot, so they made a wider shoe. Somebody decided, well, this one doesn't offer enough ankle support, and I really need some ankle support. These are all things that were based at some point based on one person's personal preference or experience. That's how change happens. So the reality is your business, it's going to be an extension of yourself. If it's not, you're going to miss it. It needs to be an extension of you. When I approached my boy Garrett, and it's my boy, man. It's he's like family. He's my business partner. And when I approached him about different business ideas, I was like, bro, what we got to do is we got to get selfish. Let's just be honest. Let's get selfish. What is it we are missing? What is it we need? What is it we're missing in our life? What is it we're missing in our business? What is it we could change that would fundamentally help our individual selves? And if we could think of that, what we're missing, like all the things that we have in our life, it's like, oh, we use this, we like this, we whatever. What are we missing? Okay, what do we not have that could be better? And how could we make that better and turn that into a business? And if we do that, if we think selfishly, then we're in the right mindset. It's not that you want to be a selfish person. It's that if you think from your own self, you can't get into somebody else's shoes. You just really can't. So if you're going to sit down and say, oh, well, I wonder, I'm a man in my early 40s. I wonder what women in their 60s need. I don't know. I could theorize. I could do some research, and I could try to come up with an idea, but that's going to take so much more work, so much more time, and so much more effort. And I'm not going to 100% get my head wrapped around what a woman in her 60s might want. I might have a guess. I might have statistical data that would suggest that it's possible she could use this, but to know, nah. But to know what Corey B needs, oh, I know what I need. And that's what I'm working on. That's the different businesses that I have. That's the different projects that I'm working on. What do I need, and how could I make my life better? How could I enrich my life better? And then we've taken it a step further. We're like, okay, well, what can we do how can we take what we need for us and make it apply to our wives? What do our wives need? Our wives don't need exactly what we need. So this is the perspective we've approached our businesses from. And the thing is, you got to be fearless. You just do. You got to be fearless in business. And that's not some, locker room pep talk. That's just real talk. Like, ultimately, you've got to not be scared. You've got to be willing to take a risk, put your time, effort, and money into something. Like, I'm going to do this. And then you got to do some research, and you got to do some studying and trying to read up on concepts, ideas, how to make that work, because maybe you figured out what it is you need, but you're not 100% sure how to make it work. And maybe you don't got the capital to bring other people in yet who might be better experts than you. So you got to figure out how you can do it. When you get to the point that you can bring other people in, that's even better. But from the jump, you've got to be able to I'm going to put my time, money, and effort into this, and I'm going to go all in. I believe in it. I'm going to take that risk. I'm going to put forth that effort. If you can do that, and not be scared, you can do that and say, this is what I believe in. This is what I'm all about. Then those business tactics, they come a little bit easier, because then you start learning as you're going. But see, you've got to be willing to learn as you go and accept that you don't have all the answers. No matter how many podcasts you've watched or listened to, no matter how many books you've read, no matter what your degree is, you don't know everything. There's a reason that people will go get a business degree. A lot of them, there's different classes and different programs where they'll have you make this business model, right? They'll have you come up with this fake product or, this prototype. They'll have you come up with this mock business and see if you can. Some people have come up with these mock businesses through college or through, junior MBAs of America. They go through these programs, they come up with these mock business. That business turns out to be their future. Other people, it turns out to be absolutely nothing. But you learn a lot in that process if you're willing to understand you didn't know everything to begin with. There's a reason you're going through the process, because you don't know everything. Now, everybody doesn't go through those processes because everybody doesn't go to business school. It's different when you're in the real world and you're trying to go through that process, but you still need to be willing to go through that process. You need to be willing to take a step back and say, hey, this is what my business, I want it to be. This is what it is. This is what I've looked into. This is what I've learned. And this is what I'm going to apply. And then dive all in saying, I don't really know it all, but it's going to be okay, because I'm going to keep my mind open, my ears open, and my eyes on the prize. And I'm going to get this done regardless. All right, it's your boy. I hope this is giving you a little bit of help, a little bit of insight. I really do. I really hope this helps. And y'all be sure to like, subscribe, ding that bell, get your notifications. Leave some comments below. If you got some ideas, if you've got some businesses you're working on and you want to discuss, let's discuss. Who knows how many people are, watching this video who might have some insight for you. And I'll offer insight as well. All right, it's your boy, and I'm out.